What is up, you guys? It's your buddy Kaiju, and welcome back to another figure review. Today we will be reviewing the Skull Grinder figure. We're going to take a very brief look at the box since we looked at it in my previous video. Lego number 70795, 171 pieces. That's all figures put together. Mask Maker versus Skull Grinder. Turn it around to the back. And we got a couple of pictures of the Mask Maker right here. It's kind of blurred out. And there's the Skull Grinder figure, big guy right here. There's the Mask of Creation. Here's some of the functions. Here's the comics. Here's the combiners. And right up there at the top shows you even more functions, and that's not it. So let's get into it and crack this thing open. And here is Skull Grinder, suited, booted, put together, and ready for action. He is a very tall figure. Really, don't you dare, nope, don't you dare. There we go. He is a very, very tall figure. What else I was gonna say? There was no skull spiders that came with this set. So why don't we just jump right into the figure itself? I first off just want to say that this piece right here that I'm holding is not part of this set. This was a spare piece I got with another set that I'm going to be using as a prop for this gigantic weapon right here, because it comes in two parts. So just to get it looking like one weapon, we're gonna attach it so that way we can get a good look at it. It has a barb down here at the end, red barb. It's not translucent, even though it kind of looks like it could be, but it's not. It's a solid red material. And we got a little piece right there, the rod right here, the prop, and here we go with the business end. Now this thing is designed for stealing masks. So it would launch onto a mask and rip it right off, and I will demonstrate that once we get to it. But it looks really, really nice. It looks like a big gigantic mace. Just come around and just set that aside. And he also comes with his did I say she? Well, he comes with his secondary serrated futuristic looking weapon. It's a sword. It's a pretty cool looking sword. Looks like futuristic, but then again it could also look like an undead sword, like a jagged sword that's been broken, just depending on how you look at it. Not much going on. Nice silver plastic. It does have some of the marbling effect going through. You can see a little bit of it right there. Not much detail on it, but there is some detail on it to where it actually does look cool. Now for the figure itself, the Skull Grinder. One of the evildoers in this entire set. He has multiple translucent reddish orange pieces going throughout. He has Onua's feet. Onua I have not reviewed. I will be reviewing that figure once I get it. I decided to get this figure with the bad guy in it because I figured that this set would actually sell out the fastest, since it, is one of the more prestigious sets of them all. We got these new armor pieces, serrated armor pieces, looking pretty nice. He is supposed to be an undead warrior, and well, he does look like an undead warrior. We get these newly sculpted bone-like pieces here. Those are brand new, and we get some right here for the thighs. Now the other pieces are just your standard connect links that were for the Hero Factory. Rest in peace, Hero Factory. Never really liked you that much. I'm so glad that Lego brought back Bionicle. And he has the same feature as all of the Bionicle figures does. The feature of the mask where it's just off with you. And here we expose his face. He has the exact same face as all other Bionicles. Looking pretty nice. And now you can see the detailing in the chest crest. Looking pretty freaking sick. And we have a new sculpt piece right here for like a rib cage. Translucent. Yes, sir. And you get a better look at that jagged piece right there. It's on both shoulders and it is on both kneecaps. So let's go ahead and put his mask back on because he looks weird without his mask, as do all of them. He comes with a function where it is on both arms, but sadly the friction is not what you would think. I mean, you would think since he has a big weapon he would have good enough friction to be able to hold it. Well, he kinda holds it, but the slightest movement will cause gravity to take effect and yank it right back down. So I'm going to demonstrate that right now. Get it. And you can already see how it's already moved. Lift it up. Yeah, he ain't holding it at all right now. You can see gravity isn't the best friend right now. If I hold it up like this, you can get him holding it up, but the slightest bit of, well, that's not slight bit of movement, but if you wanted to get him into like a position where he is about to throw it, yeah, gravity is just going to bring that sucker right back down. I have the same problem with the Mask Maker, which the reason why I have problems with the Mask Maker is because I knew that he was going to have bad joints, and I took one of the gears out and lobbed it in here, and then I took another. There's supposed to be two gears, one way up here and then this one right here in the dead center. So I took one off of the Mask Maker and I took one out of this side, hoping that enough friction would be contracted here to make it happen, but sadly not, and I'm moving my camera. I apologize, guys. So I ordered some new pieces, these here, the pegs and the gears, to add more friction for both figures. And let's get into the articulation. We already know he has this. Now he has enough friction to hold his hands up, he just can't hold any weapons. Well, except for this weapon, he can hold this one up. Oop, don't fall. Hold that up. Now the articulation, his head can look up that far, can look down all the way, even though he looks like he's kind of hiding his face. Take it, he can look left, he can look right, all the way around. As always with any Bionicle figure, you're just really limited in articulation to your imagination. Arms move all the way up that far, and if you want to, you can get an entire 360. Bends at the elbow, and as you can see, the wrists are on that ball joint. You can move and tilt that freely. Legs move out all the way. That's a really weird way to move it. Lift legs up all the way, and get that much bend in the knees, and you can bend it that far if you wanted to. And as you can see, his feet are also on that ball joint, so you could just move and tilt that all kind of crazy ways that you want to. And I didn't do a comparison in my last video that I noticed. I don't know why, but we are doing some comparisons now. And here is Skull Grinder next to the Mask Maker, the second figure that came with this set. And as you can see, he is the height of a Protector, and he is the height of a Toa. I'm not sure if he's one of the taller Toas. We are about to find out, since Tahu, the only Toa I have, is actually the tallest Toa in the entire Bionicle wave. And here he is right next to Tahu, and if I could just scoot my camera up just a little bit, you can see that Tahu is ever so slightly taller than Skull Grinder, which I think works out pretty freaking well. Both of these figures is just phenomenal, and let's take our Mask Maker and just set him in the center so you can get an idea of what you're looking at. This is the size of a Protector and Toa. So this is a really nice set. I mean, just a really fantastic set. I am so thankful that Lego brought back Bionicle. And I remember back in the day having Bionicles. Whenever I was a kid, I used to play with them. I remember how the plastic used to feel. And they used to feel like really brittle. I mean, they would break whenever you would pop them on sometimes. Because, you know, with you know, with any figure, you're going to have a piece pop off sooner or later. And once you try to pop it back on, it would split in these little grooves right here. And once it did that, well, then that figure is pretty much no good after that, because the slightest movement would make the joint pop off. But these figures, their plastic feels really, really durable, and they designed these things to last, and I really respect that. And also, I told you I was going to show you the function with this thing. So basically, what would happen, we're going to do the mask maker since he's the key, basically. So you just take this thing, and you just plop it on there, and then you pull back. Now, originally, it's supposed to hold on to the mask. Hold on to the mask like so. Or you could just take it and have it set inside there like that, like he stole it. That's basically how this weapon works. It works better with the Mask of Creation. And I'm actually thinking about making a video with all of the Bionicle figures wearing the Mask of Creation. Well, guys, this is going to conclude the end of the video. Please like, share, subscribe, do all of that good stuff. Subscribe to Super Appended Officials. Link will be in the description below. Or it might be in an annotation right here. So, if you like the video, like, share, subscribe. I'm repeating myself as always. Come on, Kaiju, stop that. And until next time, guys. Later.